Hey guys, I want to talk to you about relationships and highly sensitive people. All relationships can be complicated, but if you're highly sensitive or you're in a relationship with one, you'll realize that it can be extreme in one way or another. I'm going to offer you some tips and some boundaries to find that harmony. So here's the deal. You're in a relationship with someone that's really sensitive. They can turn on a dime, they can be moody, they can go with the tides, literally, whatever's going on in the planetary stuff. They can eat the wrong thing and have a reaction. It is really complicated and high maintenance to be in a relationship with someone highly sensitive. However, it can also be quite magical. You can also feel extremely connected. You can also feel more intense love and more intense sort of knowing about things, and even like you have a higher purpose together. So there are pros and cons, and it is really a special thing to be with someone highly sensitive. However, it can also become codependent at times. It can also blur boundaries at times. And some of the things I really like to talk about with highly sensitive people, and by the way, this is all relationships, but with highly sensitive, it's way more extreme, let's say. And with regular relationships, with people that aren't highly sensitive, there isn't a lot of sway a lot of the time. And when you're with someone high sensitive, there's a lot of sway a lot of the time, where things are based on feeling. A lot of people are wired to live in alignment with mental thoughts or conditioned thoughts, or they're just not that swayed by what they feel because they have a boundary around it or they don't feel it as much. But highly sensitive people really feel themselves, others, and a collective in a way that is very hard to describe. So one of the things that you can do if you're dating a highly sensitive person or you are a highly sensitive person is really try to tune into yourself. It's very, very important to have healthy self-boundaries where you're eating healthy foods, you're exercising, you're really paying attention to the energy you allow into your life, because that is now affecting the other person as well. Whether you're the high sensitive or the other person is, whatever you're doing is affecting each other more than in most relationships. The way that you treat your body or your mind, the way you're thinking affects the other person. Highly sensitive people can tune into your thoughts. Hate to break it to you, but it's true. And a lot of times they don't even know they're doing it, so they'll react with something and they don't know where it came from. And a lot of times what happens with that codependency, I call it energetic codependency, is you'll be feeling something and they'll be reacting to it because you're not even aware that this is what's going on or this is what you're feeling, but they're aware and they don't even know it's coming from you. It can get real murky. So it's very, very, very important to practice those specific boundaries within your own energy where you're really tuning in. What am I feeling? What's going on? Instead of escaping from it or burying it or ignoring it, really tune into another level. It's a lot of work to be in a relationship with a highly sensitive person, but it's work that will benefit your life and vice versa. They need you to balance. They need you to be the anchor. It's true. So here's the thing, you guys. When you're in a relationship and you're feeling like, oh my gosh, where's the stability? Where's the harmony? It changes on a dime. They feel this, they feel that, whatever it is. Know that it's an opportunity to go deeper. There are so many opportunities in these types of relationships to really have more of a self-awareness, to really have more of a collective awareness where you see how everything is one. We all are affected. And with the highly sensitive person, they're just reacting to that and expressing that on a regular basis. So some of the things I talk about in my other videos, I want to apply to this. I do a lot of work with relationships these days, and I think it's because we are all coming together and realizing that we're stronger when we're together. And it is more challenging, but what it's doing is it's creating this authentic thread of connection that is not even fully conscious, but it's energetically conscious, where you're just feeling more and they're affecting you more and you're loving more and these things are happening under the surface. And so the more we give attention to it and acknowledge it, the less it has a hold on us and the less it controls us. We can start to sort of structure it. So having boundaries around the relationship. Who are your friends? Do you guys have the same friend group outside of the relationship? Do you guys eat the same kinds of food? And if not, what kind of boundaries are around the differences in your energies, which can be very beneficial. You don't have to be the same. You can be totally different because that can balance. But it's really about staying in your own healthy balance within yourself to bring that into the collective. And then what's so cool with a lot of these couples that I work with is they start to see that their mission actually is one. And they actually have a bigger impact when they connect that on such a deeper conscious level. Some of the things that you can do is meditate together. I love meditating with my husband. Every morning, 20 minutes before we leave the bedroom, we are meditating 20 minutes to really clear your own channel and connect on an energetic level. Also, really honesty. When someone is feeling something and you're afraid to admit it, you're afraid, or you feel that they're afraid to admit it, creating a bubble of unconditionality where you are non-judgmental of whatever it is that comes up because you just know on a cellular level that it is not personal. It is never about you. It is always about whoever is experiencing it. You may trigger it for them or bring it forward for them, but you're never making someone feel a certain way or do a certain thing, right? So knowing that that's the boundary. The codependency, you don't want that. Knowing that they can own their feelings and I can own mine, and having that open understanding. Another thing is community. I keep mentioning it, but who are you hanging out with? The 5 people you spend most of your time with. Who are those people? What is it like? Do you need to switch that up? Do you need to have different energy come into your relationship? You are now nurturing a collective. This is soul food. Who's your soul food? How do you prepare your meals? All these little intricate things that matter so much when it comes to a relationship with a highly sensitive person. So check some of these things. If you guys want further assistance, obviously email me. It'll be somewhere. I do email coaching now as well. So it's easy. You have a quick question about your relationship, blah, blah, blah. Or check out Soul Lab. Maybe do it together. It's creating healthy boundaries. It's understanding how to talk with and understand your emotions. It's healing wounds. It's really coming together as a couple of why are we actually together? What's our higher calling? All of these things are available to you. Check my stuff below. Subscribe to my channel. And I'll see you soon. Namaste.